Hey guys, welcome back. Good to see you again. If you've been following this series, you know we've been breaking down how normal people can go from zero to real financial freedom without all the hype and without feeling overwhelmed. We've also talked about habits that quietly build wealth over time. And now we're getting into one of the most misunderstood topics on the internet: passive income. Everybody wants it. Almost nobody actually gets it. And honestly, it's not for the reasons you might think. See, most people imagine passive income as this magical thing where money just pours into your account while you sit on a beach, laptop closed, and doing nothing. But here's the truth. Passive income starts as very active income. It becomes passive over time, not on day one. If you don't understand that distinction, you'll chase the wrong things and get frustrated and eventually quit, just like most people do. So today, let's unpack the real version of passive income, the version that actually works in real life. Part 1. Why most people never get passive income. Now, let's start with the hard truth. Most people don't fail at passive income because they're lazy. They fail because they're misinformed. They're sold on this idea that passive income is something you buy, not something you build. So think about the most common advice you hear online. Just buy dividend stocks. Or just invest in real estate. Just build an online business. Or just create digital products. The word just should be a huge red flag, because none of those things are passive at the beginning. You think dividend stocks require capital. Real estate requires money, your credit, and management. Online businesses require time, skill, and consistency. And here's the problem, guys. Most people are trying to build passive income before they have excess cash, stable habits, or a strong income foundation. So what happens? They dabble, they half commit, they expect results too soon. And when it doesn't work in 3 to 6 months, they decide passive income is a scam. I'll tell you this, it's not a scam, but the timeline is. Part 2, the real definition of passive income. Now, let me give you a definition that actually holds up in the real world. Passive income is income that no longer requires your time in proportion to the money it generates. Notice what I didn't say. I didn't say zero effort, zero work, zero involvement. I said no longer proportional. So think about that for a minute. That means you put in a lot of work up front, and over time, the effort drops. But the income continues. And that's it. That's the entire secret. And once you see it this way, everything makes way more sense. Part 3. Why active first is non-negotiable. So here's something no one likes to hear. You can't skip the active phase. There's no version of passive income that starts passive unless you already have a lot of money. And that's where people get confused. They see wealthy investors earning passive income, but they forget those investors spent years, and I mean years, sometimes decades, building capital first. So let's look at a few examples. Example 1, dividend income. People love dividend stocks. I mean, I love it too. But here's the math nobody shows you. So let's say you want $1,000 a month in dividends. That's $12,000 a year. So at a generous 4% dividend yield, you need $300,000 invested. And I'll tell you something, that money didn't magically appear. It came from years of saving, active income, disciplined investing. And dividends are passive after you've done the work, not before. Here's a second example. Real estate rental income sounds passive until you own a rental. There's finding the deal, financing, repairs, vacancies, unexpected problems. And over time, yes, it can become more hands-off, especially with property managers. But at the start, it's very active. And here's a third example. Online income. This one fools people the most. You're talking about YouTube, courses, digital products. People see creators making money while they sleep. What they don't see is years of unpaid work, learning skills, publishing consistently, failing publicly, and the income becomes passive after the system is built. So here's a framework that changed how I think about money. Every legitimate passive income stream goes through 3 stages. Stage 1, build very actively. This is where most people quit. You're either learning, you're setting things up, you're not seeing much return yet. And I'll tell you, this stage feels slow and boring and also very unrewarding, but it's unavoidable. Stage 2, optimize. Now things start working. You're either refining your systems, you're improving your efficiency, you're reinvesting your profits, and income starts coming in, but you're still involved. This is where the real momentum builds. And stage 3, maintain. Mostly passive in this stage. This is the part everyone wants. Systems are in place, cash flow is steady, Your time involvement is very minimal. But here's the key. Stage 3 only exists because stage 1 and 2 were done properly. Part 5. Why most people give up too early. I've seen most people quit in stage 1. Not because it's impossible, but because it's uncomfortable. They're working hard, and it doesn't feel passive yet. So they jump to something else, and then something else. And then they say, I've tried passive income, it doesn't work for me. What they actually tried was starting and not building. And I'll tell you this, wealth doesn't reward starters, it rewards finishers. Part 6, the right way to think about passive income. Here's the mindset shift that matters. Passive income is a reward for discipline and not a shortcut around it. You don't chase passive income first. You focus on increasing active income, controlling your lifestyle inflation, and investing consistently while building systems that scale. Passive income is the byproduct, not the starting point. Part 7, what I'd do if I were starting from zero. If I were starting from scratch today, here's the order I'd follow. Step 1, build a strong active income. Either it be your job or business, which is your engine, protect it and grow it. Step 2, automate investing. I'm talking index funds, retirement accounts, and consistency. Step 3, add a scalable income stream only after your foundation is solid. This way, you're never desperate, and desperation is what leads people into bad passive income schemes. Part 8, the quiet truth nobody talks about. Here's the part that doesn't sell courses. Most millionaires don't live off of passive income alone. They mix their active income, their investment income, and semi-passive systems. And I'll tell you this, they're not obsessed with doing nothing. They're obsessed with control. Control of their time, control of their money, control of their choices, and that's the real goal. So if you're feeling behind, and if you feel like everyone else cracked some secret you haven't, take a deep breath. Because you're not late, you're just early in the process. Passive income isn't a fantasy, but it's not magic either. It's built slowly, deliberately, and also realistically. If this helped clarify things, hit the like button. It really helps the channel. Also hit subscribe if you want more real, no BS conversations about building wealth the right way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.